திருமூலர் சார்.
சார் சொல்லுங்க.
மேடத்துக்கு கொஞ்சம் கால் பண்ணுங்களேன்.
வந்துட்டாங்க மேடம்.
வந்துட்டாங்களா?
நான் உங்களுக்கு மைக் கனெக்ட் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கேன். சார் மேடம் வந்துட்டாங்க.
ஓகே, ஒரு 5 minutes ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம்.
ஓகே.
Tirumulan sir.
Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Heather here. I invite our Vice Principal, Professor K. Raja, to give a welcome address.
Thank you, Tirumulan.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning to one and all. It is my pleasure to welcome our first day of 7-day webinar series. First, I cordially invite you, our beloved principal, Dr. S.P. Manikavasagi. Welcome you, ma'am. Next, I invite my official partner, Vice Principal cum Professor S. Ilanjelian. Welcome you, sir. Next, I invite IQAC coordinator, Professor R. Lada, for this wonderful session, webinar session. I would like to welcome our wonderful participants from our country and neighbor countries. It is a beautiful occasion. I'm very proud to welcome you, our honorable chief guest, Dr. S.S. Manigandacharan, Associate Director, PG and Research Department of Computer Science, Adakalamada. To invite him to our institution of this webinar session. Once again, I welcome to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite our principal to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, Tirumulan and Raja.
Morning, ma'am.
A warm good morning to one and all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all for the 7 days webinar on Know the Unknown from 19th to 25th of June 2020. I extend my warm greetings to the Department of BCA and the faculty of BCA who have taken much effort for organizing the 7 days session. In this moment, I should thank our management for supporting in all ways for organizing the webinar. This is the third FDP. That is, we have organized the IQLC a 7-day session, and Department of Commerce is organizing a 7 days program. And this is the third FDP which we are conducting from the Department of BCA of the 7-day session. So it's the entire effort just taken over by our faculty of Annai, who have taken much effort organizing over this FDP program. I extend my gratitude to invite you all to take a much participation, much eagerness to show your interest to participate in the 7 day session. I extend my gratitude to invite of today's resource person, Dr. S. Manigandarasan, Associate Director and Research Super of Adekalamada College on the topic of research directions in cloud computing. Dr. Manigandarasan had about 13 years of experience in teaching and 12 years of experience in research. He had published of about more than 54 papers. He had acted also as a resource person in various workshops, and he has participated about more than 46 workshops. At present, he is guiding about 4 PhD. He had received a Best Teaching Award and he has got a grant from DST. His achievements are countless and only few I have listed here. Warm greetings, sir. Welcome, Dr. Manian Harrison, of today's session. And I extend the remaining outline of the program. In day 2, Dr. Malati, the professor of Whale Tech, will handle session. And day 3, Mr. Om Prakash, the CEO of Real Pro. And day 4, Dr. T.S. Subhashini, professor of Annamalai University. And day 5, Mr. S. Jaiprakash, associate professor of Indian College from Chinnasalem. And day 6, Dr. K. Kundavai, associate professor of CIT Coimbatore. Day 7, Dr. K. Mohan Kumar, assistant professor of Raja Sarafoji College. Hope all the 7 days will bring us very spark in your career. I wish all participants who have been joined with us for the 7 day session. Once again, I welcome you all to make over the session a fruitful session. I hope that the session will take over much fruitfulness for your career. Thank you one and all. Now I turn over the session to Dr. Tirumulan to prolong it.
Thank you.
Tirumulan?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just go ahead. Go ahead with the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Introducing of the chief guest by myself. Good morning, friends. I am very delighted to introduce our chief guest, Dr. S.S. Manigandarasan, Associate Director, PG and Research Department of Computer Science, Research Coordinator and Placement Director, Adekalamada College, Pallam, Tanjavur. Sir having 30 years of teaching experience and 12 years of research experience. He has published more than 50 publications in various national and international journals. He has presented and acted as an invited speaker for 46 seminars and conferences and workshops. He guided 6 MPhil scholars. He guiding 4 PhD scholars and 1 MPhil scholars right now. He organized 2 national workshops, 2 international workshops, 24 seminars and 7 symposiums. He has published 1 book in C programming, and he has scholar citation index in 319 and Scopus index 83. He has received awards from International Travel Grant from DST. He has Best Paper Award for Cloud Computing, a survey, and Best Teacher Award in the college from Kristuraj College, Tiruchirappalli. Thank you, sir. He has visited from Malaysia and Singapore, General Visit and International Conference. Thank you, sir. Now I hand over to our chief guest, Dr. S.S. Manigandarasan. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is it audible?
Yes, it is audible, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So, good morning, one and all present to the today's seminar webinar, and thank the principal madam and the organizer to inviting me to handle this session. And today topic is research directions in cloud computing. And before I enter into this session, and this session is more helpful for the researchers, those who are doing PhD in cloud computing, or those who are people's willing to do PhD in cloud computing, especially computer science on cloud computing, right? And the session, today's session cover the topics, the introduction of cloud computing and what is the technical concept of cloud and how, what are the directions in cloud to do research, and finally I give some tips for your reading and writing thesis and everything. So I think maybe people's already doing PhD in cloud computing, or if you're handling PhD classes in cloud paper, you may know that what is cloud computing and all. And for those people, this is a known points. And if you are not known about cloud computing, you may have taken off this introduction. So cloud is entirely based on internet. Without internet, we can't do anything with that. And what is the use of cloud computing? What is the main objective of cloud computing? Is providing computing service. The computing services in the point of computational resources, like whatever the entities are needed for doing computation, everything should be provided as a service from a cloud, right? These services can be mainly categorized in three disciplines. One is application and platform and infrastructure. And these application, platform, infrastructures or services which is provided from cloud. And from cloud is a huge infrastructure. It contains a pool of computers and servers, and all these physical computers and servers are virtualized, and these virtualization helps to provide services in three different manners. And these three services can be used by different kinds of peoples. And if it is considered that everyone can use the application, right, application services, and we can say application services in another terminology is software as a service, right? So software in the sense, if you are opening any pages on the web browser, that should be an application, right? It may be an application, that web application, and that web application is also called as software as a service. We can generally call that domain name is, there should be a domain name, and we can call that as a website. And that website can be a web application, and it also a web service, and it also can be a software as a service, right? So these kind of services can be used by any users. And next service is platform as a service. This can be used by application developers, right? So if you are a developer, you may know to write codings in any web-based programming. You can develop coding, and you can host your developed application in the platform which is provided by the cloud. So there are a number of platform providers are there. They can provide a place, and that place you can host your application. That's what platform as a service. And finally, it is infrastructure. They provide a computer, virtualized computer to you, but that computer is running in the cloud server, but we can access that cloud server in any place using your local machine, right, using internet connection. So this can be used by business users. So maybe used by small and medium scale industries for their reducing their investment on buying the servers. They have rent the servers from the infrastructure as a service from those who are providing the infrastructure, right? So this is a small introduction, and some more points are, and maybe if you may know about this if you are doing a PhD in cloud computing. So cloud is scalable, right? So there are some essential characters are there, and we have one main point about cloud is not a new technology. It is the existing technology. It is evolved from existing technologies, right? So the concepts in cloud is already in the existing technology. For example, grid computing, distributed computing, and parallel computing, utility computing, right? So there should be a different computings are there in existing, and the peoples are invent of cloud find the difficulties in existing computing, and they have rectified the existing problems and evolved a new computing is called cloud computing, right? So some one or two concepts may be new in cloud computing. Apart from that, all the concepts of cloud computing is derived from inherited from existing computing. But only point you have note in cloud computing than existing one is cloud computing provide services in an unlimited manner. So whatever services you needed from the cloud should provide it unlimited manner. There is no limit for that, right? So you can only get 2 GB or 2 GB, 3 GB of storage, or you can get only this much amount of processor, like that. There is no points from cloud. So if you ask how much amount of storage you needed, they have ready to provide. If you ask how much amount of processor or network speed, whatever it is, whatever computing services you needed in enormous amount they get ready to provide, then you just imagine that how much they have in their hand. So those who are the provider cloud, and you can imagine that we are using Gmail and all. For a single Gmail account, they are ready to provide 15 GB of storage as a free. And after the 15 GB, they have ready to provide 100 GB, 200 GB, and up to they are ready to provide 32 terabyte of storage. And we know that how much for 1 terabyte, 1024 GB. And normally we are not using 1 terabyte of, as a normal user, we are not using 1 terabyte of storage for a single system, but that can be used by business peoples. But you can imagine that, you should imagine that, so they are ready to provide a 32 terabyte of storage for one account. It means how much amount of storage they have in their place, cloud data center. So that should be a very huge infrastructure. That is, we are given a name is called cloud data center. Right. So data center is a building, and it has huge amount of computers. They're all up and running 24/7 manner to provide services. Right. So that infrastructure provide all these points where what you are seeing in the screen. It is scale up and down based on the consumer scalability. Right. So the scalability is supported by cloud load balancer. Right. So the people who are interested in scalability, they can do research. They can take a topic is cloud load balancer. You can tune the load balancer process to produce a new load balancer algorithm. Right. There are different algorithms are there. For example, round robin algorithm. So and so algorithms are there. So if you are interested in doing a research in cloud computing, so cloud computing is your broad area, and the area of interest is there are different areas of interest in cloud computing, right? So we will see in soon after some of slides, and that load balancer is one of the area you can proceed your research. The load balancer support this scaling up and down process, scalability process, and it is more powerful. Yeah, it's definitely more powerful because of huge amount of computers and servers are connected and provide services, and it provide huge amount of storage, as I said earlier. So these storages, whatever the storage or services, everything is virtualized, right? So that's the point you have to keep in mind that, and the storage is reliable. Reliable in the sense there should be, it's related to security also. So reliability is denoted that, so whatever the data you are given to the cloud, reliability is also related to availability. So whatever the data you are given to the cloud, they will return the data when you ask. For example, so if you are having 15 years of experience in teaching, means you may create your Gmail account 10 years or 15 years back. For example, if you are create your Gmail account in 2003 or 2001, at the day of created your Gmail account, they'll send an introduction, a welcome mail to your account, right? So today is after 15 years, after 15 or 18 years now. So you can see the mail, what they have sent at the day of creating your account. The mail is there, right? So whatever the data you are given to upload it to the cloud, Gmail or whatever the mail or whatever the application you are uploaded the data, they should not tell that the data is theft or data is broken or data is lost physically, right? So whatever the data you are given to the cloud or whatever the services they have, so if you ask, they'll return to you. If you ask any services, they will provide to you. That is reliable. So that is reliable storage. So whatever the content